What's going on, everybody? Street Induction here with another video. We're doing a track day today. Nothing really has changed on the truck. That's what I'm taking, is the truck. Nothing's really changed since last time I went to the track besides some tuner revisions both on the engine side and on the transmission side. I'm not really going for anything necessarily specific. I'm not going to set a PB. I mean, if I do, you know, great. But I'm not really going to set anything new. It's more of a, I want to make sure. There was some issues back in the summer where this thing started to spark knock and we had to pull some timing out of it. And talking to my tuner stuff, he thinks it's just because it's got 180,000 miles on it. You know, stuff's a lot worn, and I was running this timing a long time ago in this thing and not having any issues. And over time, it just started to spark knock. And I know it needs plugs, so we pulled some timing out of it. And it doesn't spark knock anymore. But we also he also changed the timing curve. And I got the trans tuned in a little better, so I've got lockup turned on in first gear now, and there shouldn't be any more rev limits in first, second gear, and second to third gear. So we're just gonna go make sure that all the kinks are worked out, and I want to make sure this truck still is in, you know, 12/8 with a little less timing, but a different timing curve and different trans tune, and so make sure it can do some bottom 1/7/60 foots and a 12/8 consistently, and you know, maybe faster, who knows. So that's what we're going for today. Connor's bringing his truck just to see what it runs, and my wife is also bringing her Escalade because we just got a dog, so she's bringing the dog in that, and while that's there, I'm gonna run that down the track as well. There's a support dog. All right, we got teched in. We teched in the Connor's truck and the Escalade. I'm just gonna let this sit for a little bit. I mean, it doesn't really need to cool down, but I'm just gonna let it sit. And I think me and Connor are gonna run the Sierra and the Escalade first. Both 6.2 vehicles, just the Escalade's a 10-speed and his is a 6-speed. And then I'll run this truck and see what it does. I'm also really excited to weigh this thing today. So I'm curious to see what it weighs. I'm gonna weigh the Escalade too, just for the heck of it. But, all right, tires are set. Like I said, I'm gonna run this first. I'm gonna run the Escalade against that first, just for fun. We don't know what either of these run, so it'll be a good race. And then I'm gonna weigh this, and then we'll run the truck afterwards. What the? Wow. All right, that was weird. I matted it and it did nothing. I gotta try this again. That time it worked. Well, this time is gonna be way off. Thank you. Yep. 14.7 with a almost a 2.460 foot. Oh, the scale is broke. That sucks. 14.7. Wow, I'm gonna do that again and see if it actually launches this time. So that run, I matted it and it did not move. It ran a 2.460 foot.
Yeah, I seen that.
And it ran a 14.7. I'm like, I'm gonna have to go back up because I floored it and it just went and then rolled in. I'm like, I think I was stalling it a little bit on accident, and I don't think it liked that. All right, we're gonna try this again. Am I recording? Yeah, we're gonna try this again because that was stupid. It just rolled out like I was on a Sunday cruise. What the frick is going on? I have no idea why it's launching so soft. That's actually driving me nuts. Yeah, 14.7 again. What'd Connor run? Any better? 15.7. So no. Alright, I'm gonna go up in this now. The goal is always a 12, so let's see. Didn't like the second gear lockup, but it hooked. Thank you. Yep. 1289, 172 60 foot. Rick, yeah, that's exactly where it was in the summer. It was a 1288 or 1287 was its best pass. So if I get that, if it doesn't do that weird little like hiccup thing, but it still ran its 12.8, so I'm happy about that, that it's still where it was with timing being pulled and all that. I did put a degree back in it, but... All right, yeah, we're gonna go up again because the trans is warmed up, and maybe that helped. Maybe that might help the lockup issue. So it still ran the exact same with that lockup hiccup, so it might have a little more in it. Didn't like that. I wonder if that lane's not prepped. I'm gonna go back to left lane, see if that helps. So it spun really bad on the right lane. Ryan said there's a pretty bad dead spot when she launched, so I'm just gonna stick to left lane. And I ran it out though because the guy in the Mustang was next to me, and it's kind of a good race. But I think I did run him down. But now I'm gonna run the Escalade again and try and get it to leave like an actual car. Did it again. That's super annoying, because if this thing actually left still stalled up and like stuff how it's supposed to, it'd probably run a 14.4, 14.5. It's probably another 14.7, so it's probably the last run for this because I can't get it to leave actually how it's supposed to. So thank you. Yeah, 14.8, 2.4 60 foot. It's all in the 60. Everything else is the exact same. Mile an hour is the same, everything's the same, but the 60 is killing it. This thing would run a 2.0 60 foot, I guarantee it. and it'd probably be a 14.4. All right, well, that thing's a lost cause until I can figure out why it doesn't want to launch. And the truck, I'm gonna go back to the left lane and log it and see if it doesn't lock up. Like, if this is a good run, it'll probably be it for the day. If it doesn't lock up weird and all that and launches good, and we'll see. Well, sorry guys, I forgot to bring the GoPro. We're going left lane, we're gonna log this one, and like I said before, if it's a good run, probably just gonna leave it, go home, but we'll see. It still did the second gear lockup and it's still freaked out. I might turn off first gear lockup, because I think what's happening is it's trying to lock in first, but it goes through first so fast. I might turn it off and see if that helps, or I might just say screw it. I logged this one, so I don't know. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, 1288. Wow, 60 foot was a 169 into the 1.6s. That's awesome. Well, we got a new PB on a little bit of it, I guess. That's sick. Just shifting too early now. That was the last one for today. Hopefully it just ran a lower 12.8. That's all I want. Thank you. 12.9. So those hiccups actually hurt it more. So we're gonna have to get that figured out. But I got some data, and I guess we'll go from there. All right, guys, well, we're on the way home. I don't know if I talked about that last run or not. So the first, shutting the converter off first gear did help, but then when it went into second gear and locked up, it went to second and then third really fast, and then it upshifted a little too quick. So I got the data logs and I'm sending it to my buddy that's been helping me with this trans tune. So that's kind of why I went today, was because I wanted to get some kinks out, some more kinks out with the trans tune and all that. So I mean, it was a good day overall. 169 60 foot, so that's a new record, and it's right at its 12.8s where it was last year, even with timing pulled out of it. So I'm happy about that. Can't complain about today, and we'll just get it more fine-tuned and get back out, see what else I can do. Alright guys, well overall, with the truck, pretty, I'd say satisfied. I mean, it's got some 8-speed hiccups, yes, but one, that's why I wanted to go to the track, to make sure that either all the hiccups were gone or if they weren't, address them. So Alex, the guy who's helped me out, is giving me some things to try and get that addressed. Otherwise, as far as the timing difference, it definitely seems to be happy. As long as I can get the trans tuned to be correct, that thing's gonna be dialed in. It'll probably run a 12.7. Talking to Alex more, it does seem like it's not necessarily a lockup issue. It seems like it's more of a when second gear hits, because I don't have torque management. I would have had to run a different ECM and all that kind of stuff to run a torque management. So I don't have torque management. So when second gear hits, it'll actually chirp the tire a little bit, and the trans is freaking out. The truck's freaking out that it's spinning second gear, so then it kind of short shifts or will stop me and then let me go back and all that kind of stuff. So there's just some things to try and change or trick it to not be all worried and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna work on that. As for the Escalade, I'm in it right now. I am an idiot and did not turn traction control off. I tried it once already on my way home from work the one day. I had her car, and I turned traction control off and I launched it, and it actually launched. I don't know why I didn't think of that at the track. Probably because I was doing 4-wheel drive and I didn't think I would have had to worry about it anyways. But nonetheless, I didn't turn traction control off, so that was the issue. So now I'm going to drag it. So it's not going to be completely the exact same, but it's going to be pretty close to the same. I'm going to drag it, and if this thing launches actually fairly well, like actually, not that a 2.0 60-foot is good, but it's better than a 2.4 60-foot. And if I get it to 60-foot, how it's actually, like, to its full potential, I think it'll run like a 14.4 or 14.5. But we're about to find out. I'm just going to a good spot here and we'll do it. All right, 4-wheel drive, and traction control is off. So here goes nothing. That's more like it.
Half mile.
All right, well, there you have it. Does a 14.3 stock when traction control's off and it actually decides to launch. So I'd say that's pretty good. And then, yeah, like I said, as far as this, I'm happy with it. There's just more changes that need to be made to dial it in even better. I do think when I put a radial, I'm going to probably end up changing tire size and go to a 31, I think it is, 30 or 31. With the 8-speed and 392 gears, it's really short. It hooks just fine, but it gets more mile an hour out of it and whatnot if I can actually put on a taller tire. So otherwise, thanks for watching. I got a street race video coming up with this and a little bit of an install video on that. So stay tuned. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.